Hello, we're here with a fresh batch of talented artists.
All eager to meet some fascinating sitters.
It's a brand new series of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the next 10 weeks, some of Britain and Ireland's most accomplished artists will have their skills put to the test.
Under a bit of pressure.
Creating a portrait in only 4 hours.
I've never painted so quick in my life.
Well, I can't go back. I can only go forward.
Lined up to sit for them, a distinguished cast, drawn from very different walks of life.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
So we're allowed to move about and stuff, aren't we?
I mean,
no?
they prefer you not to.
How do you want me?
Comfortable.
Yeah, great.
That's dynamic, I like that.
Shoulders high.
OK. OK, is that good? How does that feel?
Artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
I'm quite nervous.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
Whoa!
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman.
And at stake is an amazing prize, a £10,000 commission to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges. Independent curator Kathleen Soriano, award-winning artist Tai-Shan Schierenberg, and art historian Kate Bryan.
If I make a mistake, how are you going to notice?
We'll do our best to notice any mistakes, dude.
So, who will have the self-belief?
If you can give me good vibes, let's go. Rory, you're great.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
And the staying power?
This is the same struggle that I felt with my self-portrait. Going over things, you know.
Artists.
To get them through to the semi-final.
Anything you found difficult about painting him?
It's the face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands.
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Ah, well, I mean, the face, the hands, and the body in a portrait are not that important. Of the 9 artists vying for glory today, 4 are professional. Teddy Lenner, Alicia France, Shane Berkery, and Araminta Laurie.
I'm really passionate about art. I'm really passionate about portraiture. I suppose I'd like to produce something authentic. All I can do is try and do my best.
And 5 are amateur. Kat Hughes, Tony Robinson, Joseph Dupre, Nicola Cummings, and Denny Waterhouse.
I've watched the programmes for quite a few years now, so it does mean quite a lot being here because it feels like I've achieved something really big.
While the artists settle into their new surroundings, the judges examine the self-portraits that won them a place in today's heat. Judges, we have a wall of intrigue and delight for you this morning. The first one, a bit of an intense gaze looking back at us.
I love an etching, not just for the grubbiness of it, but also I get a sense of the metal that's been used to make it.
From the wispy beard to the lovely lines on the shirt, it's magical.
This next one is not my love child.
We've just got such a big, large head to get into, and you start almost looking at it in an abstract way.
Yeah, I think it's a tour de force in terms of detail without it being photographic. It's
so forlorn, isn't it? I think what is absolutely magical is the way that they've used the drip of the paint to emulate steam on a mirror. It's just so intelligent to kind of break the dimensionality between the artist space and the painting itself.
It feels like we've been watching a film and it's between a couple of frames. I just think the colours are wild, but it works incredibly well. I think it's in the tradition of the ennui, the paintings of boredom.
You get the sense that she's surrounded by her friends, yet she's isolated and lonely somehow.
Now, what's happening here? The mask has slipped, there's some sort of scar on the neck.
It comes from another age, except that the mask
clearly positions it in our time. But I love the restraint of the palette.
I feel so strongly in my bones that this is painted in Australia.
Yes,
And
I do as well.
Yeah, I have no idea
Why?
why. It's so convincing. I love the fact that the artist is silhouetted, and it's just so charming. They've got such a good handle on this cross-hatching, and yet it's matched with this extremely contemporary presentation, not just the pretty unflattering angle, but the way the head is decapitated by the bottom of the page.
This next one reminds me of paintings like The Marriage of Arnolfini. Instead of a globe or a skull, we have a cat and a hot water bottle.
Yeah, the symbolism is just glorious.
But you've got to worry about what an artist can do in a day, because this could have easily taken a year. I mean, it's spectacular.
Well, what a tantalising wall. Let's see what they get up to. With favourite pens and brushes selected, the artists are now ready to meet today's sitters. Artists, with your sitter today, dreams can come true, and the semi-final is not out of reach. Please welcome singer-songwriter Gabrielle. Hello, hello. Have a seat.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
You should have seen the gasp of delight and surprise when your name was mentioned.
After all these decades, thank you.
Are you looking for anything in particular today?
You know something? I'm vain. Just make me look as wonderful as possible, please. I'm just here at your mercy. Whatever you want me to do within reason, I'll do it.
So do whatever you like, just make her look amazing.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
They're going to find a position for you to sit in all day. I'll leave you to it.
Right. Where do you want me?
Okay.
It's not fair that somebody's going to get ahead.
Yeah, if you can face kind of that towards that general
That
direction.
way? Yeah. Is that okay? Oh, that's beautiful.
Artists, this world-famous tattoo artist, television presenter, and former ballerina has amassed a huge social media following, and she is in herself a sort of work of art. Please welcome Grace Neutral. You're very welcome indeed. Now, I know that it was because of an accident when you were at the Royal Ballet that you took up this world. What happened?
I dislocated my hip, so that took me out the running. But then I found the world of tattooing, and that kind of just took over.
It took over you, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Now, the artists are going to discuss with you how you're going to sit for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to them.
Hi, guys. Do you want me to do anything with my hands? Cross my legs?
What would feel natural?
This is kind of a natural pose for me, I guess.
Okay. Artists, your sitter today is an actor whose roles span from the Tudor period in Wolf Hall via the Renaissance with Medici into the 1960s with The Queen's Gambit. But here for you right now is Jacob Fortune-Lloyd. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have a lot of period drama on your CV, Jacob.
I do.
Out of the three different looks, Tudor, Renaissance, 60s, what was your favourite?
I mean, wearing fur and leather in the summer.
No, but at work I'm talking about.
No, the 60s.
Yeah. Excellent. I will leave you in their capable hands.
Fantastic. So, how would you like me to sit?
Perhaps at this sort of position,
Like
with
this?
the arms on the wrist.
You need to be comfortable because it's going to be 4 hours. So.
Had a second cup of coffee, which is definitely a bad idea when you've had to sit down for 4 hours. OK.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
Many artists will have some nerves when it comes to painting a portrait against the clock. But for one, today's 4-hour time limit is something of a luxury.
I paint outdoors quite a bit, so I'm used to painting fairly quickly because of the sun. And I don't usually get a sitter to sit for me if I'm painting a portrait for as long as 4 hours, so this should be a treat for me.
Newcastle-born Tony Robinson is an amateur artist now living in County Wexford, Ireland. His self-portrait was made in Florida when Tony was painting outdoors and came across his reflection in an empty shop window.
Tony, where do you think the essence lies with Jacob?
Well, I'm trying not to get involved in the features too much.
Okay.
While on the one hand, people say with a portrait, you know, catching the essence of the person and all that, I don't really believe in that very much, to be honest.
Okay,
I think
like that. And all that, yes, okay.
if I think of a nose as being a nose or an eye as being an eye, I get bogged down. You're far better to find the shapes, find the abstract, and then you'll have an interesting painting,
Okay.
I think.
It seems to be working for you, so I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thanks.
Gabrielle is one of the best singers that I've ever heard. This is a person who I've been waiting to paint all my life. I mean, it's just incredible. I can't believe that I'm here painting her. You know, I'm so impressed.
Art teacher Nicola Cummings lives in Harrow in Middlesex. When she's not painting, Nicola likes to sew and is part of a group that has made costumes for the Notting Hill Carnival and the London Olympics.
Nicola, you're off to a flying start. You've given us a 3/4 length figure, the background's already filled in. And are you pleased with your sitter?
I'm very pleased with my sitter.
She's got a nice body language, hasn't she? Gabrielle's really holding herself.
Yeah, I normally do kind of quite close up.
Yeah.
Because we've got this wonderful, sensuous black fabric, let's use it and paint it as well.
Well, it's a really good-looking start.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I ask, are your eyes tattooed?
Yes, I got my eyes tattooed about 11 years ago.
Wow.
It's a pretty traumatic experience.
Wow.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'll probably pass on that one myself. But,
Yeah.
but it makes for a good painting, so...
Thank you very much.
Alicia France is a professional artist who also works part-time as a receptionist. Her old master's-inspired submission was painted on aluminium, which is also her preferred surface today.
So, Alicia, how did you start working with metals?
Well, I started off etching.
So you had enough with scratching into the metal and decided you were going to paint on it instead? What are the things that you have to sort of consider that are different with working on metal?
Obviously, it sits on the surface very differently than the oil paint.
OK.
And I found that the lighter the colour seems to stick better for some reason.
OK.
It can be a bit difficult getting them first layers on.
Well, you've done well in that challenge.
Hopefully.
Shane, it seems to me you have lucked out here. What a fantastic profile that is.
I know. I'm really happy with it.
Did you come with a game plan today?
No, not really. I'm just going to try and be patient and try catch the likeness as best I can. But I do usually take around 2 weeks to complete a painting.
Okay.
So 4 hours is, yeah, it's quite a struggle.
Shane Berkery is a professional artist from Dublin. Working from old family photographs, his art is influenced by his Irish and Japanese heritage. But his submission was based on something a little more contemporary.
I watched this movie called Colour Out of Space.
Right.
Nicolas Cage is in it.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. This colour invades this place and things start going a bit mad. So that's what inspired me to use those garish, horrible colours.
Oh, it's a brilliantly bonkers portrait. You've been given some colours today to work with. What do you make of those?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the background.
OK.
I think it's all a bit brown.
It's very brown.
Yeah. I might try make it less brown.
The artists have been working for almost 1 hour.
You feeling good?
Okay. A few little corrections in the drawing.
Okay.
And I'm trying not to make them too good looking because it's just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Serve him right.
I'm happy with the composition. How she sat down was very elegant, so I want to capture some of that in the final painting as well. I feel very nervous.
Grace, I think she's a wonderful sitter. I'd like to get as much detail of the tattoos as possible. They're kind of just separate works of art in themselves, aren't they? I'm just hoping it'll look all right, yeah.
Here at Battersea Art Centre, the artists have spent an hour painting sitters Gabrielle, Grace Neutral and Jacob Fortune-Lloyd.
So how are you finding sitting? Very relaxing, I imagine.
Yeah, kind of relaxing, yeah. I'm sweating like crazy. Don't capture that.
Just saying that made me add 5 shine spots on your forehead. For me, portraiture isn't about, you know, making a pretty picture of someone. So I've taken a fisheye photo. I'm going to try and warp his features into something a little bit less statuesque.
20-year-old Kat Hughes from Liverpool is studying for a degree in filmmaking and dreams of becoming a film director. Her self-portrait in acrylic took 40 hours to complete.
Kat, I'm beginning to wonder whether Jacob was just so good-looking that you had to do something weird with his face.
Almost exactly it.
Is it, really?
Yeah, I wanted to put a new spin on his gorgeous chiseled features.
And what are the dangers of the fisheye approach?
Sometimes it can come off as a bit gimmicky.
Okay.
But that's really not what I'm going for.
Well, I love the tension, him sort of gripping that space.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Araminta did lots of details. Sorry to talk about you, Grace, in such
right.
like you're an object. But have you painted tattoos before?
I have. I've painted a large hawk moth.
Okay.
But I did have 2 weeks to do that, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a slightly different proposition.
Araminta Laurie studied art history before completing a master's in fine art at Sotheby's Institute. She painted her self-portrait after being inspired by a recent visit to a Rembrandt exhibition.
Your self-portrait is very reduced in tone. Here we have Grace sitting, and there's a whole different sort of colour range.
I love exploring colour, but I don't always paint exactly like the self-portrait. I do start with an earth palette for the skin tones.
At the drawing phase, that's where you are now, is it happening for you?
Yes, I put her at the top because I really love this high ponytail and the sweep of her hair. It really frames her face.
It's a great start. I'll let you carry on.
Thank you very much.
Denny, hello. You're making a beautiful big drawing here, over life size.
This is quite small. Normally I draw about 2 meters big.
So that presumably allows you to have a lot more freedom with the marks that you're making?
So I think the cross-hatching is what I shade it in with and makes the tones even out.
Great. Well, I really love the proportion and the scale already.
Grimsby-born Denny Waterhouse is studying for a degree in drawing at Camberwell College of Arts. She's recently begun taking commissions via social media and hopes to one day become a professional artist.
So your submission was really striking, but pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not the nicest.
I wouldn't portray myself like that, even for the sake of a good picture. So clearly I'm more vain than you. You were using a mirror?
It was from a picture, I think. I wouldn't let anybody see it, but the drawing of it, I was fine.
So obviously you've done something gentler today for Gabrielle, and you really, really filled the page.
Yeah, I probably had a bit of the background subtly.
Great, well, feels like it's going to be an exciting piece.
Thank you.
In this series, the sets take inspiration from the colours found in nature.
Kate, the colours are very rich and very varied today.
We've taken our inspiration today from coastal tide pools. So behind Gabrielle is this beautiful colour to represent kelp. Behind Jacob are the colours that really make us think of the actual rocks inside the rock pools. And then here behind Grace, we've got these extraordinary blue and purple tones, which are mussels.
Jacob, of course, is handsome to a huge extent, so there he is. What do you think of him as a sitter, then?
Well, I think he's a good sitter. He's one of our actors who I think is sort of half Jacob and then half sitting as a character, maybe. I think Gabrielle looks incredible against her set. There's something about like her dark clothing and the great lines in her hair against these soft browns.
And of course, Grace has left her face completely white, which looks wonderful, particularly against a very dark set.
Yeah, and also picking up the kind of blue in the lenses that she's wearing.
I have to correct you.
Oh.
She isn't wearing lenses.
Oh, OK.
Her eyeballs are tattooed.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, they've got a lot to think about, the artists in that section, because it's kind of like art within art. So I've got high hopes for the artists.
Great.
Everything's actually going amazing. From what I can see, everyone's approached it very differently, whether that be going in with a lot of detail or just kind of doing more loose brushstrokes. So it's going to be very interesting.
I'm super excited just because it's a new experience. You know, they're all talented, but just capture my good side, please.
I'm loving it. I've heard some dismay at my, quote, angular face. I hope that it's not too hard to catch. I'll be complaining to my mum later.
Well, first I'll be focusing on the proportions of the face, and then gradually I'll build up each layer of the oils onto that. I'm trying to get as close to life as I can. I want it to be as realistic as possible and to exactly mirror the way that I'm seeing him now.
London-based Teddy Lenner originally trained as a car mechanic before becoming a professional artist. His work combines hyperrealism and surrealism and is influenced by Caravaggio and Salvador Dali.
Teddy, we love your self-portrait. Will you have enough time to make the painting of Jacob as detailed?
Well, for that, self-portrait had a lot longer. I spent 2 months working on my self-portrait, so it's quite different when I come to this painting now.
How much work do you do from the tablet?
I find it better to be looking at Jacob mostly. I've got the exact angle that I want of him there, and I've just got the tablet just occasionally to look at that.
Do you feel competitive?
I'm thinking I'll win. As long as I can get on and quickly add the oil colours, then I've got a chance of winning at least.
OK, we'll let you get on.
Thank you.
Unlike artists working in traditional media, one is completing the drawing stage of a monoprint. He'll need to trace his image, place a clean piece of paper over a perspex plate covered in ink, and follow the lines of his tracing so the paper picks up the pigment.
Joseph, you have chosen the road less travelled.
I have. When I come to the printing stage, it's pretty much done blind because you can't see where you're placing the ink on the page.
Sounds high risk.
Very, very high risk. Because when you're drawing, every pressure you make on the piece of paper will produce an effect. So you end up with a really unique and unusual result, which I quite like. Fingers crossed.
Norwich-based Joseph Dupre works as a GP. He loves to work in different media and spent a day creating his self-portrait etching.
Now, how does this pursuit of yours match with being a doctor?
Well, I managed to work it so that I work sort of 2 or 3 days a week GP, and then the other 2 or 3 days a week I devote to art.
You aren't inclined to say, yes, please come in. Can you just sit there for a minute?
I am occasionally.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's competition.
Yeah, it's going all right so far. The hair's going to be probably the most challenging part because there's so much of it, it's going to take a lot of work to fill it in. Yeah, I've just got to keep going.
I've blocked in the drawing that I'm happy with, then I've moved on to tones. It's not there at the moment, so I'm hoping to get there.
On the left side of the portrait, there's some green that I'm not too happy with. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm calm, yeah? Yeah. I don't know.
Hours have passed since our 9 artists began painting Grace Neutral, Jacob Fortune-Lloyd and Gabrielle.
I want to know what exactly you're using.
Want this?
Yeah, what is it? It looks...
This is just a takeaway container.
That's fantastic.
It's the easiest way to keep the moisture in.
Loving it.
Halfway. How do you feel it's going?
I think every single artist started incredibly well today. So well, in fact, that there were at least 6, I'd say, that I wanted to ask them to stop after the first hour because I was so happy with what I was looking at.
Wow, wonderful.
Well,
OK.
Dangerous.
Let's get into the detail, then. We'll start with Gabrielle's paintings. There's Shane and Denny and Nicola.
I love Denny's cross-hatching, and I love the way that she's so confident in doing it that it becomes just a beautiful tapestry of marks.
But there's also a beautiful expression in Gabrielle's face that Denny's caught. There's humour there, and I think it's lovely.
Shane is doing a very professional job. Yes, I sort of regret the loss of some of those acids that we saw in his self-portrait submission, but he's creating a beautiful profile view of Gabrielle, and I think it's incredibly promising.
Jacob is having his portrait painted by Kat, by Tony and Teddy.
I think Kat's really interesting because she's gone in with the fisheye lens.
Why would you use a fisheye lens?
Well, Jacob's an incredibly handsome fella.
He said jealously.
And it's not just a formula. She's trying to find him through a different medium, and I think it's working.
There's some weird proportions that will come through, and there are dangers in whether or not that will actually work in the finished thing.
Tony's approach was quite traditional. What I'm liking, actually, is now Jacob's becoming an abstract shape, and I love where it is hovering at the moment.
OK. So we've got Grace being painted by Alicia, Joseph and Araminta.
In Alicia's submission, we had this fantastic figure with all of these different fabrics and textures. I would hope we'll see the same sort of lavishly represented depiction of the tattoos as we do maybe with the velvet or the hot water bottle.
I like the way Araminta's interested in shape and form. It's always a slightly enigmatic character she's created around Grace. Of course, at the moment, we see it without any of the tattoos going on. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the portrait as the afternoon goes on.
I'm a very emotional person, but I think people can see the tattoos and it can completely take over a narrative in their head. To see if they kind of can see past them will be really interesting.
I'm feeling nervous but excited at the same time about the reveal. I'm not going to peek, I'm going to wait, simply because I think that's more fun. I'm patient, patiently waiting.
I think of myself quite often like a kid in grown-up clothing. It'd be interesting to see if it captured a kind of childlikeness behind the eyes. I've heard a lot about fish eye with Kat, which is all very intriguing.
I'm trying to get as much paint on the canvas as I can because I'm very aware of the time. Getting a real sense of emotion from a portrait, I think, is more important than anything else. That's why the eye is the big focus of the middle. And also the seriousness of the expression has kind of swerved it away from being a caricature. Well, I hope it has anyway.
All artists will want to capture their sitter's individual character, but not everyone will look to find it in the face. Tony, what made you decide on that framing?
Athletic sort of guy, and so including the torso and the hands reflects that.
Right. Anything you found difficult about painting him?
The face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands?
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, you know, the face, the hands and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Joseph, I saw you inking up the Perspex slate.
Yep.
So they're basically ink sitting underneath there.
Yeah, so oil paint and pigment underneath. Whenever I make a mark, it press through onto the second piece of paper under here. Any mark you make with your hand obviously comes through as well, so there's that patchwork of textures, which I quite like.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Alicia, that's a beautiful portrait already.
Thank you.
Do you normally paint on metal?
Yeah, but the thing is, with the dark paint, I don't know why, but it doesn't stick as well.
Oh.
So just keep piling it on.
What's the dab of colour there by her eye? Did you trip and fall on the canvas?
I was like, oh, should I do a background? And then I put the paint on, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it yet.
It's like you're being attacked by a splodge. I'll let you and the splodge get on.
Thank you.
There's just half an hour left, and it's not just the artists spotting areas for improvement.
Shane, what's going on behind the neck? It looks like there's some correcting that you've been trying to do there.
That's the highlight, yeah.
Ah.
Must fix that as well, then.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of refinement or something?
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm adding the light, where the light is coming onto his forehead, how it's glinting off of his hair, and a little bit on his cheekbones and his chin as well. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now.
The day is ticking on. I wouldn't mind a little bit more time on the hands and this ear that's in the shadows at the moment. It needs to be much lighter. There's much to do and not much time either.
After nearly 4 hours of painting, the artists are putting the finishing touches to their portraits of Gabrielle, Jacob Fortune-Lloyd, and Grace Neutral.
Just working on the final print, putting in all the extra tone, and we'll see what the final result is.
I'm just adding some background now. Whether I do the whole canvas, I'm not quite sure. I feel like she needs some metal showing for some reason.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
The main thing I'm worried about now is that I do a last-minute correction and it ruins the whole thing.
The moment I reveal my portrait to Gabrielle, I'd feel very, very nervous about it. And I've got my fingers crossed that she feels the way I feel.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Gabrielle, Grace and Jacob will each be taking one of their portraits home with them, so it's time for the artists to reveal their work. How was your 4 hours?
Oh, you know what? It was incredible. My heart goes out to these amazing artists.
Let's not put it off any longer.
No,
shall we?
let's not do that today.
Okay, all right. Artists, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
I'm scared. Oh, wow. I'm loving the capturing of my hair. Ooh, child, I love this too.
I'm going to stop you there, Gabrielle, because we're going to go and have a closer look.
Okay. It's amazing. Loving the use of the colours there. I'm loving my hair.
And he's picked out the earring. Just
yeah, and
giving you
I
that.
love that. Just little shimmers, and it's beautiful. I could see that there was a section where my hair was, and I thought she's not going to be able to do that in time because the pen looked really fine. So she's super fast and amazing. Wow. You've got so much detail in there. I'm loving the way you've captured the texture of my outfit. Yeah, well done.
Okay, it's decision time.
On the basis of the fact that I don't look as old as I really am, I'm going to go with Shane.
Well done, Shane.
Grace, you can relax. I think you were always relaxed, weren't you?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner.
You decided?
Yes.
In that case, we can ask the artists to turn their easels round.
I don't know where to look. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yeah, I just feel a bit speechless right now. I'm kind of overwhelmed. This is stunning. I entered my 30s a few years ago, and it's really nice to see myself in more of like a womanly way.
Oh, brilliant.
So thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, I just feel like the ultimate boss in this picture, you know? Like I'm just sat on my throne.
That's good.
Waiting to rule. This is truly beautiful. I feel like it kind of plays on my more childlike, naive side. I don't know, it just made me feel really pretty, and I'm very happy that it's me.
And now comes the moment of decision.
Oh, you're all extremely talented, but I think, Araminta, your portrait just speaks to me, so thank you.
Wow. They are all so brilliant. I grew up watching a lot of late 90s, early noughties hip-hop videos. So this is such a dream come true to see a fisheye. I feel like Busta Rhymes. It's so cool.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. I love the broad brushstrokes of it, yeah, and the likeness and the light on the face and the shadow on the other side. It's just so much in it that's interesting. It's so detailed. There's something in the distance, isn't there? Oh my God, that look.
Yes.
It's,
Right.
I'm gonna go with the one that reminds me best of my misspent youth and go with Kat's fisheye.
Well done, Kat.
For our artists, the hardest part is over. But for our judges, it's just beginning.
Teddy's taken the kind of angularity of Jacob and sort of broken it down into these lines.
It's really nice as well to see the range from his self-portrait, that he can do something that's almost more sensitive, more delicate.
Tony's portrait is all about the posture, and it's about the depth you get from the front of the body right back through his shoulders.
There's so much thought in the eyes and the way the hands are positioned. I'm so glad he included the hands.
Kat's fisheye is bonkers.
I think it's really clever that she's able to do something which is typically kind of fun and surreal and give it that seriousness. That's clever.
I love the composition that Nicola determined to go with.
Some bits of the painting have gone a bit flat, which is a pity because the whole thing was much more exuberant early on. Denny's drawing is masterful, and the head has got just this immense volume to it.
I think the composition could have been stronger, but I have absolutely no complaints about these beautiful crosshatches. I think Shane dealt with the view that he had beautifully.
It's a great likeness of Gabrielle, but I do miss that sort of experimental edge that he had in his submission.
I think Araminta has given us this very serene person, but there are hints of something sort of under the surface. And the way in which she's used that sweep of the hair, I think, is really clever.
I think Joseph has caught Grace's spirit. There is a chunkiness to Joseph's print which wasn't true to life.
But I think the tattoos are fantastic, and I think the sense of this kind of punky, rebel spirit comes through.
I love the way in which Alicia has built Grace's face up with the little bits of colour. It's rich, it's luscious.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's covered in tattoos, it could have come out of the Dutch Baroque period.
To help with their decision-making, the judges pare down the artists to a short list of 3.
I think one or the other of these two should be here. And actually, the one on the right has more mystery.
I'm feeling like this one lives in a completely different sphere. It
Okay.
doesn't quite live in the sphere that I'm living in at the moment, let's put it that way.
And there's a completeness and weight to these
Yeah,
three.
I really like these three.
They're really good three.
Artists, it's been a real pleasure watching each one of you work today. Well done.
It's never easy, but the judges have chosen a short list of 3. The first artist is Tony Robinson. The second artist is Araminta Laurie. The third artist to be shortlisted is Kat Hughes.
Oh, it's so sad that I didn't get through. I really enjoyed meeting everybody. And to meet Gabrielle, bonus!
Well, we have 3 from a strong day, it felt, today. So what does Araminta show us today that you don't learn about her from her self-portrait?
The colour palette is so subdued in the submission. And today she's amped up the colours, and I love seeing the way that she allows it to inflect into the hair and then gently into the skin and the shirt.
There are no tricks here. There's no artifice. It's a straight-on, good quality portrait.
Now, Tony, the cynical side of me, there is one. Maybe he can't paint faces and hands and hair. Well, he can.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the likeness. He felt that other things were more interesting to him. But as a whole, it works fabulously.
I find that the hands look like hands from someone who's been in an abattoir.
You think they're dripping with blood?
I know, yes.
Do
Dripping
you?
with blood.
They're dripping with blood.
Yeah.
The hands might not be perfect, but they're important in creating that sense of depth. You know, that's a real challenge for an artist. You know, he had to find that depth in the portrait.
Kat is studying film. She has an eye for a story, doesn't she?
It's like she's directing 2 movies here, and they're both suspense dramas, aren't they? Bordering on a thriller.
Are you telling me it's Psycho?
You have murder on the mind today.
I do.
But no animals, people.
I love what Kat's done today, but how close is it to being a gimmick?
It becomes a gimmick if there are 10 more after this, I would say.
You wouldn't need to watch TV with one of these in the room, would you? You could just let your imagination run.
So, abattoir fingers, Psycho, or cool and interesting? There can be only one.
Araminta, Tony, Kat, you can each be proud of having made it to the final 3. However, there is only one place for the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected showed a confident range and a narrative depth across their submission and portrait today. And that artist is Kat Hughes.
What is going on? I usually don't have that much confidence in my art, and the fact that I've got through to the next heat is just, it's like the best feeling ever.
Kat smashed it. I did my best to put her off because we were standing alongside each other, but no, she nailed it, and good luck to her.
I think Kat's work's beautiful, and her self-portrait was just stunningly rendered, so I think well-deserved.
Kat is a brilliant winner. It's so exciting for us to find a young artist who's such a strong storyteller. In her submission, it was all about the cool tones. Today, it was about the fisheye. We really can't wait to see what she produces in the semi-final.
So I'm about to call my mum and tell her the news.
Hello?
I need to book a train to London for next week because I've got through.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so chuffed. Oh, God, I'm bursting.
Hello, and welcome to the show that puts a name to a face.
And then puts that face onto a canvas. Well, our artists do that bit, of course.
And they should be pretty good at it by now. It's the semi-final of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the last 8 weeks, we've welcomed over 70 of the UK's best amateur and professional artists, painting the portraits of some of our most well-loved household names.
You should have seen the gasp of delight when your name was mentioned.
Amazing.
Yeah.
After all these decades. Thank you.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
Whoa!
My goodness, how have you done it in 4 hours?
You've made me look like a Bollywood star from the 70s.
After winning their heats, 8 artists were selected to continue the journey.
I didn't expect this at all. I'm shaking right now. Just really happy. I can't wait to the next stage.
Today, they have their sights set on the final and the chance of a £10,000 prize to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges.
For me, it's all about risk. Where's the excitement? Where's the edge?
Oh, you play high stakes.
And with just 3 places available, the artists will have to battle it out.
I'm still wrestling.
No, I'm all for wrestling, as long as you win.
Yes.
If they're to be crowned Portrait Artist of the Year.
It's my birthday in a couple of days, so it'd be a brilliant birthday present.
Oh, OK. Nice emotional blackmail. That's good.
Of the 8 artists who won their heats, 3 are amateur: Mark Oliver, Rukiah Johnston, and Kat Hughes.
I've been preparing for today by stressing out in my room and avoiding doing any art because it's terrifying. So I'm going to try and challenge myself to come up with something new today, but I still don't know what it is.
And 5 are professional: Callum Stevenson, Gabrielle Cohen, Lucy Threlfall, Christos Samaris, and Sarah Harvey.
Oh, I'm dead excited about today. I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. I got loads of sleep, and I've had my coffee. I'm ready.
The artists are returning to the familiarity of Battersea Arts Centre, but they're discovering a very different-looking set from the heats.
Wow.
Wow, what's that?
I don't know. Is it a gong?
At least it's got some, like, good light coming off it.
I'm not loving the pink. I think I
No.
might change the pink, yeah.
I like all the lines, though.
Who's going to strike the gong?
Bong.
Today, we've made the set a bit of a challenge for the artists. Not only is it sort of structurally something to think about, it's also personal to the sitters, so they've got to think about what the set says about who they're painting.
I have no idea what to take from this. It's giving me yoga vibes.
We've got 8 fantastic semi-finalists, some a bit out there, some more traditional. So the level of competition is pretty high this year.
The atmosphere is quite serious. It's a bit more intense than the heats. Everyone's very much in their zone.
Now in the semi-final, we want to see consistency, but we also want to see innovation. And that is what today is about. And it's quite a challenge.
Artists, congratulations on making it to the semi-final. I can see you're all itching to get going, so I won't keep you in suspense any longer. Your sitter today is a drummer from one of the most iconic bands of all time. He's performed to vast audiences all around the world and on some of the best-selling albums in the history of music. A total petrol head, he's raced at Le Mans without hitting the wall. You don't have to wish he was here, because he is. Please welcome brilliant musician and co-founder of Pink Floyd, Nick Mason.
Wow.
Welcome. It's your home for the day. You're known principally for two things, I suppose, Nick, being a drummer and racing fast cars, both very high-energy activities. How are you going to find sitting in a chair all day?
Maybe a bit of a challenge.
A lot of nervous energy.
Drummers are well known for fidgeting a lot.
Right. Talk to us about the gong.
Well, it's part of the kit, and we've actually carried the gong on tour with us for nearly 50 years now.
OK. Drummers, of course, are often at the back of the group, you know, sometimes willingly, sometimes reluctantly. How are you going to find being at the focus of these 8 artists today?
Well, I'm hoping I'll enjoy being at the front rather than the back. Yeah, finally, after 50 years.
Right, artists, you have a fantastic sitter, you have a fantastic set, you have 4 hours to paint your portrait. I wish you all good luck. Your time starts now.
Must feel a bit peculiar. It's all pointing at you.
Having shaken off those first-time nerves in the heat, today's artists know the importance of a quick and focused start. But confronted by one of the best drummers in the world, one artist is feeling a little starstruck.
Wow, blown away. I'm 2 yards away from Nick Mason. And it's such a monumental set. Yeah, try not to be too awe-inspired.
Mark Oliver is an award-winning illustrator from Worthing. In both his submission and his portrait of Chris Packham, the judges loved the way he used strong geometric lines and shapes while still remaining faithful to the likeness of the sitter.
Mark, hello. Semi-final day.
Yes, exactly.
How are you feeling?
I'm calming now. Just sort of trying to settle into it.
Yeah.
And,
what did you think when your sitter emerged in front of this extraordinary gong?
An extraordinary man in front of an extraordinary gong, yeah. I love the immediate geometry.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would have gone much bigger, 6 foot by 5 foot.
6 foot is not going to happen in 4 hours.
It's true, but there's so many wonderful things.
Yeah, but I guess you guys show us time and time and time again that you can get gravitas and monumentality in smaller works.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good luck.
Thank you.
The composition I've chosen is very side-on, bang in the middle. I'm working from a photograph, so I'll occasionally have to refer back to life to make sure that things look right. I think I'm quite good at capturing a likeness, normally. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Callum Stevenson is a professional artist from Bonnybridge, Scotland. His heat portrait of actor Kelly MacDonald concentrated solely on the head, winning over the judges with its cool elegance and perfect likeness.
Callum, I sense there's more energy in you today than there was during the heat.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I'm going as fast as I can, that's what's happening. Experience from last time tells me I need to be quicker, so...
Where did you find you spent too much time last time?
Probably the drawing, yeah.
OK.
Painting as well, yeah. Everything, actually, yeah. Let's be serious here. Everything. I'm just not sure if I'm going to use the exact colours that we've got before us yet. I'm going to figure that out as the painting goes along, I think.
OK, cool. It certainly is Nick in all his glory, so
Right.
I'll let you crack on.
Thank you.
Nick, it's great to have you here sitting for us. How does it feel sitting on this platform with a lot of interesting people painting your portrait?
It's rather thrilling, really. I mean, to actually be centre front is terrific.
What are your expectations?
Well, the thing I'm conscious of is that my sort of default face always looks a bit more depressed than I feel. So I'm certainly hoping to see things that I don't recognise in myself immediately.
And some surprises, perhaps?
Well, hopefully.
Revealing Nick's inner character may be the aim for some artists. But portraits of high-profile figures often reference something of their public persona and profession.
So, Gabriella, I'm seeing these two sort of very beautiful Polaroids sitting up on the top of your easel, thinking to myself, you're playing it quite straight. And then I'm seeing on the tablet, you've really gone to town.
Yeah, and obviously hands are very important to a drummer. Wanted them to be up there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe I'll try and make it more stylized than realistic.
Wow.
I feel like now's the time to take all the risks.
Gabriella Cohen is a fine art graduate who uses technology to manipulate and add interest to her work. The judges thought her circular portrait of scientist Maggie Adair-Pocock at the Heats showed real promise and was both distinctive and playful.
And we've given you a gift, haven't we? We've given you a circle.
Yeah, I love circles. I thought I'd go bigger for the semi-final. My last two paintings were quite small, so I'm pushing myself to paint on a larger scale.
But seeing your fellow competitors work on the wall, it's quite different from yours.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that that's in my favour.
OK. So does it make you feel that you can be even more extremely Gabriella?
Yeah, I think now is the right time.
Good. Well, be brave. We want to see the best of you.
Me too.
Kat, you have the treasured profile angle here.
Yes, he's got a great nose.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Pink Floyd?
Yeah, my dad drags me to see the Australian Pink Floyd tribute band every year.
Oh, wow.
I texted my dad and he's geeking
He must
out.
be beside himself. If he takes you to a tribute act every year, you've got the real thing in front of you.
He did tell me to call my palette my saucer full of secrets.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad, for the joke.
20-year-old Kat Hughes is an aspiring filmmaker from Liverpool. Her portrait of actor Jacob Fortune-Lloyd in the Heats used a fisheye lens photograph to distort his features and create tension. But today's sitter calls for a different approach.
It's an interesting contrast, I think, because it's quite a melancholy portrait, but he's this, this rock star car racer.
Yeah.
I want to put a lot of energy into it.
Right.
I also really wanted to show the judges today that I can do things other than the fisheye thing.
OK. How are you finding today?
I feel like it was a strong start, and now I'm just, mashing paint onto it and hoping for the best.
Come on, Kat. You've probably still got a few jokes from your dad up your sleeve.
I'll crack them out if I start crying and panicking.
Yeah,
So
in between sobs, you
Yeah.
could throw out your dad's half-baked gags.
The artists are almost an hour into today's semi-final challenge.
So I've kind of drawn on what's here. I'm happy with the composition, and I really like yellow and pink together. I'm just hoping I can pull it off.
The competition is scary. I'm glad I'm not standing next to Christos because he chucks it around a bit, and there's some real intensity here. So it's a real tough competition, I think.
Right now, I think my perfectionism is dragging me back. You know, with most of my artwork, I can chip away at it over months, and right now, only having 4 hours to make a painting is really challenging me.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, our semi-finalists are 1 hour into painting drumming legend Nick Mason.
Lucy, I love the fact you're really going for it. The size of the canvas is big.
Yeah.
There's something very subtle emerging there.
Well, we'll see.
Every now and again, I see you sort of give yourself a little minor pep talk. What are you saying to yourself?
I'm so transparent. I'm just saying, just stop a moment. You know, you've got enough time. I think if you are enjoying your painting, that translates to the viewer. So just relax, relax, relax.
How relaxed are you today? How
Really
relaxed can
not.
you be at a semi-final?
Yeah.
Lucy Threlfall is a professional artist who studied art history and traditional painting methods in Florence. The judges loved the power in her heat portrait of singer Celeste, but also the clever use of colour and the way she created a sense of melancholy. Are you finding him easy to paint?
He's got a very self-contained air about him, so in a way, it's quite hard to find a way in.
Right.
I'm just sort of going gently. I feel like I don't want any hard lines, or if I go softly, maybe I'll capture him.
Yeah. You're fascinating to talk to, Lucy, because I can feel there's so much going on inside you. You know, you're trying to G yourself up, you're trying to slow yourself down.
It's the artistic temperament.
Don't wear yourself out.
I will.
All of today's artists face decisions about how to respond to what's behind their sitter. And one lucky artist seems to have come prepared.
I'd say I'm quite happy with my choice to use gold foil today. I think it's a nice way of complementing the background that we've been given today. And, you know, it's my style anyway, so it's perfect.
18-year-old Rukiah Johnston is a medical student from London. In her painting of gospel choir conductor Karen Gibson, she used gold leaf and African wax print fabric, conjuring a portrait that perfectly captured the sitter's warmth and luminosity.
Rukiah, how nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Now, I'm looking at what you're drawing there. The background is extremely beautiful.
Thank you.
You've got your fabric here.
Yeah, seeing as it's a pink background, in hindsight, I should have bought more pink fabric, but I managed to find this print here with some pinks in it.
And how do you feel about being in the semi-final?
I think the timing is the only thing that's making it tense for me.
Don't be anxious, you're with friends here.
Yeah, it's true.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So, Ty, it's such a big occasion, the semi-final. We've given them a really iconic figure from an iconic band.
Yeah, I think for all music lovers, a phenomenal sitter to be painting from.
Pink Floyd are a band known for their magnificent light shows, and this is quite an interestingly lit set.
Yes, and I was thinking, if you're at a concert and you think of the drummer at the back on his drum riser, that's exactly how he's lit.
Right.
The lights are coming from behind, and so him being in the shade, just high lit like this, is kind of interesting. We've also used a symphonic gong or cymbal, and if you look through Nick's career, every live show from the 60s to his current band, A Saucer Full of Secrets, he's got that gong behind him, so it's part of his personality.
It's making me want to strip to the waist, oil up, and hit it to announce the beginning of the movie.
Well, when I was asked whether I'd like to come and have my portrait painted, I thought absolutely it'd be a great thing to do, particularly the fact that it's a semi-final, so I'm getting the creme de la creme of the contestants. And, well, I'd turned down Love Island, and I thought I ought to do something.
I feel a bit lucky. I've got the best position. And I love that light on his head. I hope I can do that. I'm going to take some risks, but calculated risks, not too much. I don't want to repeat what happened last time in the semi-final.
Christos Zimaris made it to the semi-final in 2020, but struggled with proportions in his portrait of Elaine Page. He had similar issues with this year's heat portrait of Emma Dabiri, but caught a great likeness, and the judges were won over by his beautiful colour palette and experimental application of paint.
Now, the one thing that we had some questions about in your heat portrait were the hands and the arms.
Yeah.
I don't know how happy you were with them.
No.
No.
Wasn't.
So you've given yourself hands and arms again today?
Yes.
So
Well, this time I'm doing them properly.
OK. And you seem like a very relaxed Christos today.
Yeah, because it started well this time.
OK.
I love the colours. and the background is perfect, and I have a good feeling.
OK, well, you know, you've got a good likeness.
Yes.
All the right elements seem to be there at the moment. Don't mess it up.
Thank you so much.
Artists aren't always happy with the position they're given. So some choose to use a photograph to get the perfect angle.
Sarah, welcome back. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, thank you.
Is this a good position?
I did a side profile last time, and I felt that there is just so much to be said in the eyes, especially of Nick. And I've chosen to do a front-on because from where I'm sitting here, they're kind of quite concealed.
And eyes are important.
They
I always know that
they are important to me.
Because when you paint,
I work around them.
You work around
I
them?
work around the eyes.
Professional artist Sarah Harvey is today's only watercolourist. At the Heat, she drew attention to the eyes of model Alexa Chung with a veil of paint, winning praise from the judges for her inventive use of the medium.
I recall when you start laying down the watercolour, it's very loose.
Very. I'm a real believer that something leads you to something else. So
Yeah.
I just leave it to a bit of haphazardness.
Now, how did you feel about the 4 hours in the heat? Is that good for you?
I'd like longer. I do work with layers.
Okay.
So each layer has to dry. Going to get as far as I can through it. And when they say stop, that'll be it.
Okay.
It's risky.
There's a lot to play with. It's going to be exciting. Go on, then.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's semi-final challenge.
I was aware that he didn't want to look miserable, so I'm trying to just install a little bit of a smile and quirkiness in there. I'm enjoying it, and that's what I aim to do, so I've won already.
Yeah, a bit of a disaster at the moment. I don't think I'm going to be doing the hands now. The head has just happened to be slightly bigger than I thought. So hopefully I will get through this stage now and then move back to being happy again.
I'm a little bit concerned about how much time's left. I don't even know how much time's left, but I know it's ticking away. I can't paint any faster than this.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, our artists have been painting music icon Nick Mason for 2 hours.
How's it feeling, Nick? Feeling all right?
Well, I have to say, uncomfortably numb. Thank you.
Today's sitter might be in high spirits, but how do the judges feel about the artist's progress so far?
The semi-final, we're halfway through the day. How are we doing?
It's interesting, the artists today have upped their game, and it's scaring the hell out of me because it's going to make judging incredibly difficult later on.
So let's consider Callum.
Callum's work has just such clarity. It's like looking at a portrait through kind of icy cold water, and yet it still feels characterful.
Callum's portrait refers an awful lot to the computer, but at the same time, there is this sort of space for artistic license that comes in between.
Now, Gabriella, as always, has taken a rather oblique angle.
Yes, she's innovative, interesting, bonkers, but that's what we expected from Gabrielle.
The portrait of his face is beautiful. Yeah, the hands are strange. And so I'm not entirely sure, but I admire this young artist for their pure imagination and for the way that they conceptualize the work from the very beginning.
Christos, he's been with us before, but it's a powerful painting already, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Christos is the master of melancholia. And he's got a perfect subject and a quite phlegmatic sitter, and he's caught something about the soul of Nick, and it's a wonderful piece of painting.
And of course, he's much more relaxed today. He knew what he was walking into, and I think it's incredibly promising.
And Sarah, she is our watercolourist. How's she doing?
I really like the way that she's playing around with colour, but not doing it in too crazy a fashion. I wonder if she's playing it a bit too safe. I'm wondering if we're going to get any of the kind of flourishes we've seen her do before.
I think she's at that moment where she's got the likeness, and now she's going to think carefully about what are the other elements that I need to really raise my watercolour above everyone else's.
I just want to see the watercolour go a bit reckless. We're like, where's the jeopardy?
Mark's piece is definitely working for me. And of course, you've got all the geometry there, all the circles that move your eye around the portrait so effectively, and he's got a good likeness, so he's off to a really fast start.
Yeah, I was worried about Mark. I didn't really see Nick inhabiting the space, but actually he's gone back in, and now the painting makes sense and it's looking great.
So it's the semi-final. The winner will eventually go on to take a commission from a public gallery. So does that enter into your consideration?
Absolutely. I feel like at this point I'm judging in a completely different way because I feel the responsibility of picking someone who can hang in those hallowed halls with the other artists in there.
We've got 8 artists here who are incredible, and, you know, it's everybody's to lose. They could each win this.
You're putting in a very disciplined performance, I have to say.
Well, I was a little anxious, because drummers are notorious for tapping their feet and their hands and so on.
Why a drummer? What drew you to the drums in the first place?
For me, it was because we wanted to start a band when I was really quite young. But one boy had already bought a guitar, so I thought, I'll play the drums.
Isn't that amazing? That's just completely shaped the entire course of your life, that someone else had already bought a guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, incredible.
I might have been Eric Clapton.
Well, you know, there's still time.
Well...
All of today's artists made it this far by creating bold and distinctive portraits. But achieving success under pressure sometimes requires restraint.
Things that prey upon me are self-doubt, and self-doubt tends to manifest itself in overworking things. So I have to step back rather than standing up close and just working and working, hoping that it's going to come. Everything feels like a journey of some sort. It's both inspiring and worrying.
Christos.
Hi.
Sometimes your work, you know, encompasses sort of paint experiments that can become reality and can stay abstract.
Yeah.
And that dynamism is kind of exciting.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So how do you balance along there?
I'm hesitating to take too many risks at the moment, because when you take risks,
It
there's
can
a
go
good chance
horribly wrong.
to go really wrong, yes.
As far as I can tell, it's going well.
Yes.
I'll let you continue balancing.
Thank you.
As they enter the last hour, artists must decide how to refine their portraits. For some, that means adding signature elements. For others, it's about refining the likeness.
Now, Lucy, how do you feel you're getting on now?
I think I've been slightly working from 2 different sources too much.
Right.
Trying to capture an expression I had in a photograph, sort of lost it and found it and lost it. I'm still wrestling, but I don't think wrestling is necessarily a bad thing.
No, I'm all for wrestling, as long as you win.
Yes.
There's a lot of white there. We've got white hair,
Yeah.
we've got a white background, we've got a white jacket, a white shirt. How much white are we going to see at the end of the day?
Well, we're going to have white hair, white collar. I'm struggling a little bit with what I'm going to do when I get to the background. I mean,
But
it
what's
worked
the
for me.
danger of leaving it this bright white?
There's a lot of pink in the face. Maybe when I add in the background, it's going to take away from the colours in the face.
Well, it's a big decision to make.
Yeah, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to decide, but it's getting scary.
Sarah, how's it going in Watercolour Corner?
It's all right, you know. It's
Yeah?
not bad.
What's the kind of preparation been for today? Have you had a game plan the last few days?
Wow, it's just painty, 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 really.
Painty, painty,
Painty, painty, painty.
Don't get technical on me. I really don't understand this jargon. How tantalisingly close is that final?
It'll be very exciting. And it's my birthday in a couple of days, so it'd be a brilliant birthday present.
Oh, OK. Nice emotional blackmail. That's good.
The artists have just over half an hour left to finish their work.
still got loads left to do, so I'm a bit panicked. I think the hands work well at the top because it kind of reminds me of wings in a way. I don't know. I just think it looks good.
Looking at it now, I'm not quite sure that the fabric I chose goes with the whole piece, but it's stuck now, so I'm just going with it.
Right now, I do not like my portrait. I haven't done as much detail on the face as I would have liked to. I might be able to salvage it. I don't know.
Nick Mason has been posing for almost 4 hours. And after playing it safe all day, one artist is ready to let loose.
Trying to create some texture. I put lots of terps on the painting, and then a bit of water. Then I had to dry it, obviously. Because I can't lift it up, everything would just start running. It's a bit tense at the moment.
I don't feel that I've given him enough form, and those highlights aren't zinging enough. That's for another day, that's another 4 hours.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
Not enough time. Am I mad to be using watercolour? I think so. But it's all good fun to live on the edge, isn't it?
Just wished I could have finished, really. But, you know, done what I can. Quite glad it's nearly over.
Artists, your semi-final challenge is over. Please put down your brushes and step away from your portraits. After 4 hours of uncharacteristic stillness, Nick will finally be able to see the finished portraits and choose one of them to take home with him.
Nick, your exposure is over. How has it felt?
I really quite enjoyed it.
4 hours of your life without music or without cars?
Yeah, quite bearable.
Well, we're going to look at all the paintings in one great swathe of art. So, artists, will you turn round your easels, please?
Oh, wow. Extraordinary.
8 different versions of yourself.
It's quite remarkable. It's almost like a family of me. It's extraordinary because it's me and all my favourite things. With the Racing Drivers Club badge, and love the treatment of the gong as well. Amazing. I absolutely recognise myself.
Rather soulful, Nick?
Yeah, slightly wistful. It's terrific.
Bigger, darker?
But jollier. Something of my character that I don't
so.
see very often in pictures. That's a different view of a man I recognise. The gong plays a considerable role, adds to the occasion, the atmosphere of it.
I think people are bound to say, why are the hands where they are?
It's a nice idea because that's very much what I do, and it's a really interesting way of seeing myself. It's a different me to the others. The treatment of the gong adds something to what's going on there. It just adds some atmosphere, I guess. There it goes again, me being overshadowed by my instrument. It's a sort of interpretation almost of the gong. Oh, and it's got my badge in.
Yeah, I made sure to get that little detail in.
It's a good likeness, Nick.
It's a terrific likeness. No, it's lovely.
Thank you.
It's a view of myself that I never see.
I quite like the hint of undress there.
Very, very effective.
The moment of decision has come, Nick.
Well, it's very, very hard. Everyone has something in it that's different. Yep, I think I know what I'd go for.
You made a decision.
Cats.
I was not expecting that at all. The semi-final was a lot more challenging than the heat because it's kind of like the best of the best, so I really tried to push myself to try a new thing. It's just really surprising.
At last, the semi-finalists can unwind with their fellow competitors, and the judges can begin examining today's portraits.
So we have 8 fine portraits of Nick Mason. What do we make of them all?
We had 8 amazing artists this morning, and now, you know, we're even more impressed by them, what they can do under all the horrible pressure we give them.
Let's start with Sarah's watercolour.
I love the sort of trippy, acidic quality in the background. She's quite rigid with it, and then she kind of plays with it, and there's a kind of recklessness that I admire.
And it's a very warm, friendly Nick. I think it's based a lot on the image she took from her phone, which distorts Nick's head slightly. But it's a beautiful painting, and there's no doubt who it is, really.
You gave us a tremendous background today, the colours, the shape of the gong, completely ignored by Callum. Is that a problem?
Yeah, I think Callum is a very sensitive person. Having produced such a sensitive head, I can understand why he thought, actually, I'm going to hold off here.
Callum uses technology and creates something that has a life to it. And also his mark making is really rather poetic. These lovely little squares, the way in which he builds up form is very effective.
Lucy has given us, is it a muddy portrait? Is it overworked?
I do love her colour palette, but fundamentally I think today Lucy had just too much wrestling with the likeness.
I think when it comes too easily, a lot of artists think it can't be right. And so you start working on it to really pin it down, to make it yours. It's full of feeling and atmosphere, but she's lost that painting that she had.
Christos can produce a fine head, can't he?
Yes, it really is. It's incredible to watch him sort of wrestling with himself. And today, I think it's come off.
For me, Christos feels like a controlled explosion. The face is so finely won. And then there's loads of parts of it which are totally bonkers. So that makes Christos really interesting to me, but it's a risky way of painting.
We're often talking about wanting to take portraiture in a new direction. Does Gabriella give us a new direction? And if she does, is it a road you want to travel down?
She hasn't understood that if you put the hands there, the way it is read, it looks like his hands are in the stock. So these things she hasn't taken into consideration. But I think she's a really interesting artist.
I gathered from her that in some way it related to his activity as a drummer.
Yes.
I think it's a really interesting head. We've still got that lovely bleached out celluloid feeling. But for me, the hands were a mistake.
Now, this next one is giving me sort of flashback. I was an altar boy, and he's almost like sort of, you know, Jesus in front of Holy Communion or a halo.
Yes.
Is it just me?
It has got a sort of religious undertow to it. I just think the way Mark has constructed this painting is just, everything is masterful, and down to that sort of solemn, thoughtful expression.
I think what's exciting to me is that Mark is an artist who's also experimenting with form, but nothing is at the expense of the pursuit of a great portrait.
What about Rukaila there? Now, she has brought fabric and gold.
And I think she's used the fabric effectively so that we have got that beautiful rhythm that we saw in her self-portrait that gives the picture movement and pace.
But if you just took the head and the gold and the pink background, it's so reduced and understated, but so powerful. I think the fabric is really not that necessary.
So finally we come to Kat, who gave us a profile. She felt like she struggled today. Would you agree with that?
I love Kat's painting of Nick. There's something very sensitive, and I think it's a rather touching portrait.
For me, I guess what I'm missing today from Kat is the idea of her as a storyteller. She definitely made the right decision not to do the fisheye. She embraced the profile, but, you know, is it enough?
Right, well, we have 8 artists. This is the 3rd painting we've got from them now.
Yeah.
So how much weight do you put on today's performance?
I think today is a huge part of it because we were asking them, OK, great, there's no doubt you're a great artist, but what are you going to do today that takes us forward?
For me, it's all about risk. We've certainly got a couple of bankers here, there's no question. But where's the risk? Where's the excitement? Where's the edge?
Oh, you play high stakes.
And let's put this in.
Yeah.
As an alternative.
I have to say that my feeling is that maybe those two are not quite up to
this level,
this group here.
I think what these 3 have all managed to capture the sitter, but done it on their own terms.
I also feel that there's a little bit of risk still in there.
Yes, I agree with you. And but 1 out of 3 with a bit of jeopardy, I think
Yes.
it's a nice balance, isn't it?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Artists, it really is something to have got this far in the competition, and we've really enjoyed getting to know you personally throughout the process.
You know the rules, though. Only 3 of you can go through to the final, and the judges have made their decision. The first artist they have chosen is Callum Stevenson. The second finalist is Christos Zimaris. The third finalist is Mark Oliver.
I'm in the final. Yeah, that's wow, that's crazy. Wow. Let that sink in a little bit.
I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping, but it was so strong, the competition. So I wouldn't have been surprised if anyone went through. I'm just happy to be in the final.
My heart is just beating crazy right now. Me and Christos and Mark earlier were just talking about how each one of us thought that the other would get through into the final, so it's unbelievable that it's actually worked out that way. It's... What?
How wonderful to be going into the final with these 3. We've got fiery, angsty Christos. We've got a little bit of geometry with Mark. Then with Callum, we've got this sort of quiet, methodical approach. They're going to go back to their studios now, make something new for us, and then we've got the final on top of that. It's going to be great.
It's that time of the week again to put your feet up, pour yourself a glass of something.
And spend the next hour saying, I wish I could paint like that.
Or they chose that one? Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year. Today, 9 talented painters are hoping that their skill will be enough to win this year's prize. a £10,000 commission to paint classical violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
Of the artists arriving at Battersea Art Centre today, 4 are professional. Lynn Kennedy, Gabrielle Cohen, Phyllis Dupuis, and Lee K. Barry.
I tend to use full days, weeks, working on different paintings, so this is going to be a real challenge to try and get it all done in that time.
And 5 are amateur. Amy Coleman, Jana Forrester, Charlie Hardcastle, Alex Cooper, and Xin-Chu Zhan.
I changed my composition. I was being over-ambitious.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Sort of
a dramatic effect.
Yeah.
As the artists unpack their tools for the day, the judges look at the submissions that won them a place in the heat.
Well, I can't think of anything better, looking at a wall of painting with my 3 knowledgeable friends. It makes me feel like a prince. So, let's start in a purple vein.
The eyes are beautifully painted. There's a kind of discordant tone between the blue eyes and the purple jumper.
I think she was very clever to put that square of purple behind her head as well. It brings your eyes to rest on the face.
The lighting is used to put the face in shade. So this is a study of the face hiding.
And that shadow under the plant, I just adore.
Next, we have a kind of blue.
Yeah, I mean, it's luscious and almost underwater in the quality that it gives us.
The off-kilter pose gives it a real sense of dynamism, energy, and tension.
We move on to the woman who fell to earth.
It's just superb, this painting. It's a kind of alien, android kind of figure wearing a bonnet.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Right, I love it too. I mean, of course, I need to see if this artist actually looks anything like this.
Well, they'll be easy to spot if they do.
They will.
It's enigmatic. You presume it's the same person. But what I think is really beautiful about it is the way the 2 hands come together. It's just caught this sense of tenderness really well.
I love it. I think it's great, really promising.
OK, who's that girl?
Oh, this is such a gorgeous little painting. I mean, the sitter looks like they're too young to be in this show.
Attitude, the tilt of the head is lovely. It's just a charming portrait, really. This is such a well-constructed painting. It's on a square. We've got these various rectangles within it. We've even got instructions with burnt sienna and titanium white. It's almost a sort of how to get into Portrait Artist of the Year kind of instructions.
Now, Vincent.
My favourite artist is here. It is a nod to Van Gogh, who, of course, liked people in exactly this format, this turn of the shoulder.
I mean, that scarf is just fantastic, isn't it?
And finally, why does it always rain on me?
A really sensitive, considered portrait.
Beautifully melancholic.
He's just trying to work out who he is. I think we've all stood looking at the mirror trying to work out who we are.
I know I have. Well, 9 artists whose talent sings out. Will they find harmony today? Artists, you will be reaching for the stars today as you are painting a celebrated space scientist who presents the TV astronomy programme, The Sky at Night. Please welcome Dr. Maggie Adarin-Pocock. Hello, Maggie. How are you feeling about today?
Slightly nervous. I'm a bit of a fidget.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Right. Well, they'll have to whip you into shape then, won't they? I mean, you're a scientist and you're very knowledgeable. Are you expecting to come across as in a sort of confident way?
I think in a portrait, I think perhaps you see someone's vulnerability. You see behind the facade. So I'm hoping they might capture some of the inner Maggie. And I might actually discover what the inner Maggie is as well.
Well, that would be a result. That'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I will leave you in the very capable hands of your artists.
Fantastic.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, I will try and keep still. So I guess, so how do you want me?
Don't cross your legs.
Lovely, yes. And apologies for the dress. I was going to wear a single colour, but I got carried away. So there's a pattern now.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Artists, your sitter not only has an OBE for services to history and community integration, he also has a BAFTA for his series Britain's Forgotten Slave Owners. Here's the historian and presenter, David Olusoga.
Oh, gosh.
Hello.
Hi. You're very welcome, David. Well, let's talk history, shall we?
Yes.
Is history something we're all seeking the final definitive account of things?
No, it's a guide to where we're going at very best. At worst, it's just a list of cautionary tales.
Because we're living through a time in which there seems to be lots more unearthed stories that we didn't know about.
Well, I think we chose not to know about a lot of our history. And younger people don't have the same relationship with the past, and they're willing to look at things that have been brushed under the carpet. So this is, I think, a generational change.
How interesting is that? What I'm going to do now is leave you to the tender mercies of the artist. Over to you.
So I've never done this before. Just tell me what to do.
The main thing is for you to be comfortable.
I'm good at that.
Artists, it's time to raise the bar because your sitter was the Royal Ballet's youngest ever principal dancer. And as if that wasn't enough, he's also an actor and a model. Please welcome Sergei Polunin. Hello. Hello. Have a seat. How are you feeling?
Exciting.
Yeah?
Looking forward to see what's going to be out there.
Now, you're a ballet dancer, so you spend your whole life moving.
Yes, constantly moving, yes. I think dance is life. It is constantly moving. I will be twitching.
Well, this is it. You're not allowed to constantly move today.
Really?
You know that. Well, I will leave you in the hands of your artists. I wish you all good luck.
Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous. You're not the only one.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
If you could look just somewhere this way.
We're comfortable already.
Two artists will work in acrylic and 7 will be using oils today. But they all have different ways of starting.
A different camera, for sort of physical rather than digital.
Yeah, they add a cool effect.
Once the artists have selected their sitter's photo and completed a basic outline, some feel ready to hone in on the detail.
I like to spend a lot of time getting the drawing perfect. If the drawing's wrong, then the painting's going to be wrong. So I like to have a good likeness, as good as I can.
Charlie Hardcastle graduated in painting from the Edinburgh College of Art in 2020. His signature style combines simple forms and background with detailed portrayals of the elements he most enjoys painting.
Charlie, it's crucial, it seems to me, to get that outline right.
I've liked the contrast between the outline of the clothes and the hair and then the face, which is quite realistic. I generally paint most of the skin and then I go in with details and like the eyes and lips and things like that.
It's very difficult when you've got a profile, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm glad I've got a kind of tiny hint of the other eye. I think the eyes are probably the most important part for me, because I feel like they can either make or break it and bring it to life, usually.
OK, thanks very much, Charlie.
Thanks.
I do the eyes first, and then I kind of judge everything else from where the eyes are. And I took a photo to see the shapes, but mostly I'll be working from life to see all the colours.
17-year-old Amy Coleman is from Cork and the youngest contestant this year. Her submission in acrylic took her 22 hours and is her first ever self-portrait. Amy, do you paint people from life often?
Never.
Is this the first time?
Yeah, basically.
Wow. It's a very different thing, isn't it, when they're sitting there?
Yeah.
What have you found difficult?
I have problems with likeness sometimes, and I'd say his one is also quite difficult. It's more the face shape.
Right. How are you feeling about that moment when you have to show him what you've done?
Oh, I feel nervous because right now I'm kind of hidden, even though I know it's right there, so I hope you like it.
Yeah.
Zinchu, I walked past before and I'm sure there was a different version of Sergei on your canvas.
So I changed my composition. Initially, I actually included half of the body, and I think I was being a little bit over-ambitious, so I decided to be more realistic.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Sort of
dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Zinchu Zhan grew up in China and now lives in Brighton, where he works for the pensions regulator. His self-portrait was a play on 2 different types of light and took 7 hours.
Now, you're measuring very carefully using this divider.
Yeah, I'm basically measuring the distance between nose and the chin, like what you do with the brush. But I think the reason I use these ones is because they have sharper points.
And is there some measurement in the face that you use as the key to the measure?
The nose.
The nose?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, it's a beautiful start, so I'll let you carry on.
Thank you.
Lee, you're making quite a mess, aren't you?
The floor is lava right now.
Yeah. Looking at that, you think this man is meticulous, he's precise, he's ordered. No, he's not.
And then you look at the floor.
No, he's a mucky pup, is what he is.
Lee K. Barry studied fine art at Leeds University. While his style is influenced by Van Gogh and Gauguin, his colourful palette evolved through his extensive travels.
Not everyone here has had the opportunity to paint people from life. Is that something you've done much of?
Yeah, I was challenged to race from Amsterdam to Monaco by selling my art in exchange for money. You know, at school, people can say, art don't get you anywhere. But
art got you to...
It got me halfway around the world.
Excellent. Well, let's see how far this takes you.
We'll see.
You see what I did there?
The artists have now been painting for almost an hour.
Amy, you seem to be on a mission.
I tend to get too into the painting, and then when I step back, I can kind of see that things don't.
Amy, everybody has that problem.
Yeah.
This is quite difficult. Well, I haven't actually done the face yet, so when I do that, I think I'll probably get a better idea of how it's looking.
It's very important that I try to be me rather than try to guess what the judges want. People have different perceptions about art, so what's good in one person's eye might be something different in another person's eye.
It's an hour in for artists painting dancer Sergei Polunin, historian David Olashoga, and space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock. And while some progress quickly, one artist has spent the first hour carefully preparing her reference images and has only just started working on her canvas.
Gabrielle, we've got a little Polaroid station here. What is it about them for you that's so appealing?
I really like the soft, romantic effect they add, and I think you can really achieve that with oil paints.
OK.
Gabriella Cohen is a fine art graduate from Staines. She enjoys creating characters, and even her self-portrait combined a miniature bonneted Victorian figure with a Bowie-inspired alien.
Your submission has this kind of futuristic quality to it, and that's largely achieved through the kind of colours you're using. What are you giving us today?
I think I want to keep it a bit more normal instead of imposing my own narrative. But I definitely want it to look slightly unusual.
Slightly unusual.
Change a few colours here and there and make it look a bit more mysterious.
Good. Well, I look forward to seeing this romantic Polaroid Maggie emerge through your particular way of doing it.
Thank you.
Artists often bring particular items they couldn't do without, from special brushes...
This is my favourite.
...to less conventional materials.
The lentils are a great way to support these sturdy brushes without them falling over.
But many take their cue from the old masters.
There's one colour that I like
That's burnt sienna. I wouldn't be able to be without that. I always seem to have to get burnt sienna and titanium white, which is why I put it in my self-portrait, just as a to get.
Lynn Kennedy is a former photographer and animator from Shankill, who took up painting in 2017 and within 2 years had won both the Zurich Portrait and Ruth Borchardt prizes.
What a fine portrait, Lynn.
Thank you very much.
So the striking feature of Maggie's look is that amazing necklace.
I just really like the sparkle of it, and it looks really nice against her skin, and I just thought that would help me figure out the colours around if I put it in. And I just found out that there's a little bit of moon dust in Maggie's necklace.
Wow. Where'd you get the moon dust from? The moon?
I live there myself. Well, actually, my husband gave it to me as a present.
Who's selling moon dust?
Actually, I think you can
Has
get...
Buzz Aldrin got a kind of out of his back shed, yeah.
Well, over 100 kilograms of moon rock came back to Earth. There's probably still a bit knocking around.
I'm quite competitive, so my preparation really started the minute I found out I was chosen to come on it, and I have painted 3 or 4 portraits a week.
Alex Cooper is a former picture framer from Leicestershire. Having won Portrait Artist of the Week, painting Claire Balding, she's found her calling and is keen to study and paint as many portraits as she can.
Well, Alex, what do you make of David as a sitter?
He's very good. I can tell that it's not a natural state for him, sitting and doing nothing. His head's whirring around with thoughts. And you really want to get the essence of the person over, don't you? Even the way the collar is and the shoulders sit can tell something about someone. So hopefully it'll be enough to give a bit of him.
Don't put yourself down.
Each week, the sets reflect an aspect of nature and the environment.
They're very flattering, these colours behind our sitters.
It's all about snow and ice.
Right.
One always thinks of ice as white, but of course, in further reaches, it has got these beautiful colours. We've got glacial ice, where the blue is just bonkers. And in the shadows, you get these incredibly deep turquoises. Here on the right, it's as though we were standing in an Arctic landscape. Rocky promontories with a bit of snow on it, the darker blues. And finally, we have a rather dull urban snow.
Well, don't tell David he's sitting in front of cold urban sludge.
Yeah, David is very interesting, and I realise he's a man of words. But there's a tension there, and I think it's because he isn't in his natural milieu, which is communicating ideas.
Yeah.
What's lovely about Maggie is that she's smiling, she's engaging with her artist.
She's fascinating because she's so animated when you interact with her. It'd be lovely to get a bit of that in a portrait, but that only happens when you're talking to her.
I'm hoping they not only get the information from the tablet and her and rest, but actually from conversation with her.
Sergei is a dancer.
He's a dancer, he's an actor, and he expresses himself that way. He was concentrating hard, but I think he's a bit more relaxed now.
Yeah.
And that might be quite interesting for our artists, that they get a different view of him.
Yes, it takes a while to get to know people and for them to stop being on their best behaviour.
That, exactly. And we're interested in the
Who
other
they
stuff.
really are, yes.
This experience harder than I thought. Not necessarily sitting down, but artists actually reading information of me, so I have to concentrate, I have to give my best, and it's not as easy as I thought.
I guess one of the things about portraiture is that it can break through barriers when it's done brilliantly. Well, I think all of us conceal our inner selves every day of our lives, so I'm curious to see whether aspects about myself that I recognise but don't project can be picked up by the artists.
It's funny, I think my sense of sound is heightened because I can't see what they're doing. So I'm listening to every, ooh, what was that? And hearing brush strokes. You don't know what's happening, but I find that really exciting.
So, Phyllis, I'm feeling the warmth and generosity of our sitter, both through her, but also through your work.
It was great to see her and her smiling face. Who could ask for more?
Absolutely. And I can see quite a lot of colour in Maggie's face that I don't actually see there. Will that still remain there, or is that really for blending later on?
I would hope to leave some of it there because there are lots of wonderful reflections happening. I mean, colour is the thing that excites me, really.
Originally from Canada, Phyllis Dupuis moved to the UK in 1979, where she exhibited her ceramic work for 25 years. She created her self-portrait to capture the mood of winter despondency.
It was so good in your self-portrait, with the light on one side and then that lovely shadow on the other. I can see the beginning of it starting here.
Well, it does tend to create more drama, I think.
How are you going to bring that drama in apart from the colour and the light?
Well, there's bound to be some vines creeping over her dress.
Really? Oh, I see.
The pattern that's already there.
Well, it's a beautiful beginnings, really.
Thanks very much.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Artists often prefer to make key creative decisions independently, but certain sitters inspire a more collaborative approach.
So, what do you want from this commission? Are there any colours you hate?
I love blue. So blue is the colour
I will
I normally
incorporate
wear.
blue into this. Blue or yellow? They're two extremes.
I almost wore something yellow, and I didn't think it would go with this background, so I changed my mind.
I'm going to use that as indication to do yellow. Thank you.
Jana Forrester is a medical physics student at UCL. Her self-portrait shows the light distorted on her face through her bathroom window and was inspired by studies of Picasso's Blue Period.
Jana, I'm inclined to ask you, are you mad? Where's the yellow come from?
I asked David, and very hard
It's his fault.
No. I like just having really bright, vibrant colours.
It's quite a strong colour to be working against.
Yeah. I think it's his skin. I see it from the skin.
You see the yellow relating to the skin. Do you prefer darker skinned sitters?
Yeah, I think it's just so much more going on in the darker skin, so much more colours to experiment with.
It makes the creative process more interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great start, and I can't wait to see how David's going to appear in that sea of yellow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The artists are almost halfway through their portraits.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I've already put down all the colours and now I'm refining the features.
I suppose getting the foundations right is the critical, like a building or anything else.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm on track now.
What I have left to do is the hair, because right now he's bald, so it might be important to put hair onto him.
Sinchu, how's it going?
Struggling a bit.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I struggle with mixing colours.
Well, that's the drama of paintings. They come, they go.
Absolutely.
But you still got time. All is not lost.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
It's halfway through the heat for artist painting historian David Olashoga, dancer Sergei Polunin, and space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock.
Well, we've got very vivid sitters. So what kind of a morning have we had?
I think it's been a good morning, and I think all our artists have made a really splendid start.
So David is being painted by Charlie, Gianna, and Alex. Now, he's a very interesting sitter because they've each taken a different point of view, haven't they?
I think David is quite a complex sitter, and I think all the three artists have had to look for a different aspect.
Well, I think Charlie's given us a David that looks as if he's about to step out of the freezer. It's all silvery and really cold with that background.
It's minimal within its tone and colour range, and I think it's very beautiful at the moment.
Now, let's look at the paintings of Sergei. Zinju has gone for the larger body. And how's he doing?
I thought that Zinju got a lovely likeness first thing.
It's beautiful, and he has caught something in the way Sergei holds his head on his shoulders. You get that sense of a man comfortable in his body.
What about Lee?
Lee is a riot of colour. I mean, it's interesting what he's creating because it's like a tapestry. It's a very promising beginning.
I think Amy's doing incredibly well for a young artist. There's a sense that we have an artist who is very good at getting likeness, and she's flowing with confidence. Really extraordinary.
Now, Maggie is a hugely exuberant personality, and I think she's conjured up exuberant portraits, hasn't she?
It's very difficult when Maggie is in repose, and I think what Phyllis has been able to do is find that, and that is very hard to do.
Now, Gabriella, I have a sense that it's compressed energy, which is something that's true of Maggie.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, a Polaroid has a compressed energy, and it has this soft, kind of unusual light.
I think Gabriella's colours are stunning. It's a very alien way of painting to me, but I think it's a magical piece of work.
Well, I think all round they're doing fantastically well.
I'm quite apprehensive about having my picture taken because people see you in a different way. And you think, oh, is that me? But I think a portrait gives you a different insight because there is the physical form, but I think a portrait goes to the inner form as well. So I'm seeing how I might be seen by the artists.
Alex feels like somebody who's got her methodology down. She knows what she's doing. Jenny feels more experimental. She's very interested in what I think. And Charlie's been really quiet, secretive, so I'm particularly interested to see what he's come up with.
I painted once after a really horrible rehearsal, and I was really upset. So I put all my hatred into one painting, which I did like in red and black colors, and that was okay after.
Competing with so many talented artists, having a distinct style helps if you want to grab the judges' attention.
Gabriella, the way you use your palette is totally alien to me. The color choices make it feel sort of vintage.
Yeah, I've tried to be experimental with the colors. Hopefully the dreamy quality will come from the colors that I've used.
Well, you're being very mysterious.
Like my painting.
Like your painting. You want something withheld.
I want to capture part of the sitter's personality, but also give a magical fairy tale representation of the person. It's more unusual than just creating an exact copy of the sitter.
These artists are so difficult.
Charlie, are you going to leave the hair as this ghostly outline as we saw in your submission?
Yeah, I think so. My style is quite delicate. I might go in with like a really, really fine brush and just outline some more of the individual hairs and things like that. But yeah, I'm not going to attempt the hair as a whole.
So there's a nice combination of the undone and the done.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the only artist putting the hands in. Why did you do that?
You know, the pictures that we take of ourselves and pictures that we take of others are often just head and shoulders. So it is nice to get the hands in as well. It's nice to have a little bit more of the person.
Well, you've got so much of Maggie as a person there already. I think you could probably stop. Fantastic.
Well, I have a bit more to do yet.
Artists see colour differently, but the skill lies in how they interpret that on canvas. And faced with so many colours, there's plenty here to test their mettle.
I noticed you've got green colours in the hair, Phyllis.
Yes, and the shadow, they change colour from the front to the back. And I thought the colours might be tricky to work in with her dress. It's just a matter of trying to use a more harmonious way of attacking the colour combination.
She's an enormously exuberant presence.
She really is, and that's what I love about her, and I hope I can bring a bit of that to the painting.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
In terms of colour mixing, I find that challenging because I've not had a chance to do any live painting in ages, so I got used to mixing colour to a screen. On the screen, you can just match your colour dead on, whereas when you start to look at the actual sitter and the environment, the colours are not so absolute anymore, so that's been a challenge.
Gianna, I can see you working furiously with the yellow. Have you found it a useful colour for his skin tone?
No.
No, it's been, because I was wondering if it might be quite hard to work against.
Yeah, normally I don't do washes.
What's the motivation today?
It's like a security blanket in case I don't have the time to finish it, so like it looks like a finished piece anyways.
The artists have just 20 minutes to finish their paintings.
Alex, any challenges you see?
Glasses were one of the things I was rather dreading. And they're not malleable at all, they're just, they're there.
They either look right or they don't, sort of thing.
What's concerning me the most is probably that I'll lose the likeness, because I'm still working to get it, but then I'm afraid I'm going to go too far and just completely lose it.
It would shatter me if I didn't finish. So I'm just hoping that today delivers on likeness and a successful painting.
It's the final moments for artists painting space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock, historian David Olashoga, and dancer Sergei Polunin.
Sinju, your last-minute touches, what are they going to be?
Just try to make some final adjustments and make sure that any bare canvas gets covered.
OK, we'll get on with it.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to simplify it, but I think I'll have enough time to get the background in.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
I'm fiddling really now. I've just got to make sure it looks like him.
The ear is kind of glaring at me, but I've not got time to do it properly, so I'm just trying to add loads of details, like hairs and things like that.
There's only so much you can do. I'll keep struggling and hope for miracles in the last few minutes.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits. Thank you.
You look worried. Are you worried?
Not worried. Very excited.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough, I think.
Yes. You're sort of rooting for them all. You've been here all day with them.
Actually, my heart is really beating.
Is it? I'll put you out of your misery. Artists, can I ask you now, please, to turn your easels?
Oh. Oh, my. Oh, wow. I think there's just so much information to take in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, should we have a closer look?
Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I like seeing the hands and the torso. The eyes are beautiful. I just hope my eyes are like that.
Definitely, absolutely.
I look quite sophisticated in there.
You do, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, there's a really elegant.
And again, the window. It's if you're peering in. Beautiful. I think I look young there. The child burns very strongly in me, and I think it comes out in here. And the cascade of hair, I love that.
Right, Maggie, well...
Oh, no.
Sorry to do this to you, but I need to know which one you'd like to take with you.
I don't know. I love each and every one of them. Oh, gosh. So I think I'll go for Phyllis's.
Thank you so much. Well done, Phyllis.
And the eyes.
Well, David, your long reverie is over. How's it been?
That's been interesting. I thought mainly about work, which is probably a really, really bad sign. I should have been using it to have flights of fancy.
Well, I'm going to ask the artists to turn round their easels.
Wow. I've never been able to draw or paint, so to me it's kind of magic and alchemy.
Let's take a closer look.
Okay. There are elements of that painting which I think are just so realistic, and then there are elements that remind you that this is a painting. And I quite like that playfulness.
That's definitely what I was going for.
Yeah, I really love that. That's a face I know that I did. Sort of half grimace, half smile, whatever it is. Everyone was questioning the bravery of the yellow, but I think it's fantastic. There's thinking space to the right of frame, and that's wonderful. And there's sort of big blocks of colour that express how the light falls on my face. That's lovely. So I was really brave as well.
Oh, good. Good. Well, we have to make a decision now.
Right. Well, I want them all. I think they're all wonderful. I do think Charlie has caught something which I recognise. That's the painting that really speaks to me.
Sergei, how did you find that?
Intense.
Okay.
Because you're still working, you know, like, and people read your energy.
Right.
So you feel it.
Well, I think it's time, artists, if I can please ask you to turn your easels.
Oh, wow. Well, super different from what I was imagining.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, you look at the personalities.
Yes. Right, should we have a closer look?
Yeah. When you turn around, I fell in love instantly.
Thank you.
I see myself,
Yeah.
but it's better than what I am.
Better than you.
Yeah, that's the most important, is to
There
create
you go,
something
Lee.
better.
You made it better than Sergei.
But
Thank you
it's
so much.
really good. This one is more realistic. It's beautiful eyes you made.
Yeah, a lot happening in those eyes.
That part is strong. And congratulations. The way it's painted, it's beautiful. So when I come closer, it becomes a different painting. It became different colors, and it really works.
Okay, Sergei.
I'll go with my first feeling. I think it's Lee.
Well done, Lee. Well done, Lee.
While the artists take a well-earned break, the judges look at the portraits they created throughout the day.
Xinchu's got this great sense of a thinking, breathing person. It's beautiful. The tilt of the head gives it a really romantic flavor. It's like every Russian scoundrel from Count Vronsky onwards.
Amy's a young artist, yet it's a great composition.
I don't know if I'm mad on the treatment of the hair, but I think Amy's done brilliantly with the colours.
I do like Lee's inventiveness, but it has the spirit of Sergei. For me, interestingly, the language falls down in the sparkly eyes. I can see why Maggie picked this portrait of her by Phyllis. It's got her suppressed exuberance.
It's almost too sweet, it's too chocolate boxy, but I love the way Phyllis played with the light on the side of the face. It's just joyful, isn't it?
No.
Gabriella's style of painting is very distinctive. The necklace, she hasn't defined it, so it's just suggestive.
The colour palette is beautiful, the oval works really nicely. And I do think that she's found a happy medium between doing something that interests her and that is flattering for the sitter.
Lynn's a superb portrait artist. These beautiful details, I mean, that watch and the jewellery are so well observed.
I'm less keen on the background. Actually, I think it was stronger around lunchtime.
Alex caught a rather sweet side of David.
My favourite bit are the shoulders. I think the highlights on the tops of the jacket just give him a presence and three-dimensionality. Gianna really connected with David. He's got a real sense of energy to it.
There's a humour there, there's intelligence there. It's just a bit flat for me.
Charlie's done something which is so refined and delicate. It looks like a fresco, it's so chalky. It's got a very subtle emotional component.
And David went for this painting because it evoked an emotion that he recognised.
The judges must now narrow down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
A sort of quirky artist today, don't you think? But in a good way.
This one is very quiet, but its power is in its quietness.
Yeah, I agree. I think this might be a bit too noisy.
I think I agree, but I find this one too troublesome in other ways. I keep seeing too much that's wrong in that one. Are you falling in love with that one more and more?
Looks nothing like the sitter, but I love it.
I think we should get rid of this one.
OK.
So for our final position in the top 3, we've got to decide between...
These 3, and I think we need to think about their submissions.
OK.
Artists, it's been wonderful watching you today. Thank you for sharing your talent and your good humour with us all.
Your finished work gave the judges plenty to think about, and they have now chosen their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Xinchu Zhang. The second artist is Gabriella Cohen. The third artist to be shortlisted is Charlie Hardcastle.
I've really enjoyed today. I've loved meeting all the other artists and finding out if I can actually do it. It's been a really positive experience.
To decide their winner, the judges look at the day's work alongside the artist's original submissions.
I think it's been a sensational day. I couldn't agree with your decision less. I'm really shocked on behalf of the amazing talent that you have not acknowledged.
Well, we have acknowledged them by virtue of the fact that we're here. Honestly, we have so many people apply for this show, so it is a tough competition. It gets better every year.
OK, well, you've got some explaining to do.
Hey! Right, well, let's start with Xinchu.
What did you see in his work today?
I just see a beautifully painted character study. And equally, his self-portrait is a character study, contemplating existence, mortality, all these things. And the person he painted today, it might not be exactly like Sergei, but it has the spirit of the man and a spirit of a type of man.
But it doesn't catch, for me, the spirit of Sergei as he was present here, because he's a dancer. This is missing from this portrait.
But he was not moving today. He was very contained, and there is a sense of that in this portrait.
But you obviously disagree. Isn't portraiture great?
Isn't it? Well, this is it.
Yeah.
What made you choose Charlie?
Charlie, in his submissions, showed us that there's great emotional content with very little there. And I was quite intrigued how he was going to do that with David today. And he's done it that Charlie can find colours that are so vibrant but so understated, and through them find a very understated and quiet emotion.
I do think it's very good.
Gabriella gave us a really bold, interesting self-portrait, quite unlike almost anything we've seen before. Was she as original today?
She definitely moderated her portrait of Maggie, and I think it's good that she's able to be sensitive to the fact that she's here to do a portrait of a person. It's very much of Maggie through the prism of a Polaroid.
You know, we have lots of conversations here about how our artists use technology. Here we have an artist who uses it in a creative capacity, and that makes it dynamic and more exciting. And I will never convince you, Joan Bakewell. But, you know, as we always say, art is subjective. You know, unless portraiture keeps moving forward, it's dead.
Are you frightened of not being trendy?
No, I'm frightened of you.
Good.
Well, the new always makes people nervous, angry, and upset. Only time really tells.
Yep.
So you need to lead us. You need to find the thing, not just today, but in every episode, that will transform art forever. Over to you.
Thanks for the pressure.
Zenshu, Gabriella, Charlie, huge congratulations to each of you on being shortlisted today. However, only one can go forward.
The artist that the judges have selected is... Gabriella Cohen.
I'm so shocked. I was really not expecting that at all. I can't believe that I've won. I'm still trying to process it. Yeah, I'm speechless.
I really loved Gabriella's portrait. It's full of colour, and I'm really happy for her.
I think Gabriella's portrait definitely stood out. I think she really deserves to go through.
We're looking for someone to take the conversation forward with portraiture. Gabriella's really inventive, she's really playful, and then we're just thinking about all the promise of what's coming next in the semi-final. It's completely tantalising.
With my portraiture, I like to see the world in a different way, and hopefully I can produce something similar next round that the judges like.